Hey everybody, welcome back to Chicago Reacts. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in Chicago, and I'm joined by the ever-brilliant
Zach, also an actor here in Chicago. It's good to be back in the studio. We've got a whole series of videos to react to today. We're going to be starting with our good boy Seth Tzeentach, Rimworld review, Deep Space Organ Harvesting.
Oh my god.
And we were told basically this is exactly how it sounds.
So this is gonna be crazy, but hey, if you're liking some of these react videos, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave a comment down below with anything you think we should react to. We always love checking out that comment section.
We sure do.
All right, let's jump into it.
Rimworld.
Okay, just really quickly check to make sure the pause button's working properly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, people. Seth here.
I hit it again. I hit it again.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna just make a point.
Hey, Seth here.
Okay. Seems alright. Here we go.
Hey, people. Seth here. Today, I'll be reviewing Rimworld because it hit 1.0 recently and it's pretty fucking great. It's made by a few people in Montreal, China, including this guy who wants you to buy his book. Rimworld is a sci-fi colony simulation game, which includes but is not limited to forceful organ harvesting, cannibalism, catching carcinomas from breathing in toxic fallout, and cargo pods falling from the sky directly on your favorite animal. Rimworld. It's very similar in the vein of Dwarf Fortress. You generate a planet, you choose some appropriate colonists, which could either be useful members of society possessing skills that will improve your chances of survival, or mentally challenged apes who can't actually contribute anything meaningful to your colony besides being a walking, breathing, shitting
That's a
sack
strong
of human
start.
meat. And then once you've chosen them, you crash land on a location of your choice. The location of your choice could be a reasonable one, like a forest with appropriate vegetation and close proximity to friendly colonies, or you could land in the middle of Malaria Town, or maybe you'd like to spice things up and crash in a sub-zero ice sheet or a scorching hot desert with no resources. Why would you ever possibly do that? Because it's fun. Your ultimate goal is to get yourself a working ship and get the fuck off this planet. But surviving that long and managing the combined autism of multiple colonists who think beating the shit out of each other just prior to a pirate raid is a good idea will make that exceedingly difficult. When starting a new game, Rimworld asks you to choose from a selection of 3 different AI storytellers. These influence the events and the frequency at which they occur as part of your colony's story. In no particular order, they are Cassandra Classic, who will progressively increase the challenge your colony experiences by sending a pack of alpha beavers to eat all your trees 5 times in a row.
Beavers?
There's also Phoebe
We're being
Chillax,
attacked by a
who
swarm of
suffers from
beavers.
bipolar disorder. She does absolutely nothing for several months, making you question whether or not the game is broken. Then she'll send 2 hordes of pirates with sappers who will dig for your defenses while all of your colonists simultaneously catch intestinal parasites from not wearing appropriate protection when eating ass. And then there's Randy Random. Randy doesn't hide the fact that he's out for your blood and doesn't actually give a shit what happens to your colony. Events will happen, good or bad, but they'll happen consistently. Randy has previously sent raids, crashed mechanoid ships containing toxic waste, and started a volcanic winter, all in the span of a single afternoon. But he made up for it shortly after by instantly domesticating every squirrel on the map to join my colony and eat my potatoes. Objectively, Randy is the best storyteller. He follows no set patterns and keeps you guessing and adapting your strategy, whereas Phoebe lulls you into a false sense of security, and Cassandra can go fuck herself. The game is quite innovative in the sense that each colonist has their own
Wait, just real quick. No, like that. It's what a crazy cool gameplay mechanic. Like,
I know.
I have never seen or heard of anything like that.
Where you can be ravaged by a swarm of squirrels. Is that the proper term for a group of squirrels? A swarm?
A swarm of squirrels?
A thunder of squirrels? Let us know if you know what a large herd of squirrels is in the comment section down below. We'd love to know.
But just the narrator, like that's a gameplay mechanic. Picking who's going to narrate your story leads to like quite infinite replayability.
Yeah, their ways to fuck with you are all very different this game seems so fucking crazy, and I love it.
Background, traits, and personality. This sounds good in theory. If you've worked in a special needs school before and have experience of tard wrangling, you'll find yourself right at home. Colonists can have traits ranging anywhere from being kind, hardworking, and having exceptional immunity to being neurotic, depressive, and being a hideously deformed mouth breather. Their backgrounds often mesh together with their traits and create an exceptionally volatile, unstable human being. These are quite diverse and colorful, and consist of both
Wow,
a
look at all these,
childhood
like,
and an adulthood
wild
that forms the core of their character. There's
character
probably
stats
so
for,
many
like, all
fucking
these just
backgrounds that I've
individual
never even
citizens,
seen them all.
essentially.
You can have research scientists, medieval slaves, Japanese pop idols, PUBG players, and vat-grown sex slaves all living in the same colony. Or you can get a special snowflake who, due to their pampered childhood and traumatic adulthood, can do no useful work and sexually identifies as limestone. I recommend stripping these people nude, handing them some dog food, and sending them out to the wilderness. Don't worry, they'll be fine. Oh shit, she got captured by pirates. Don't worry. Help is on the way. Characters interact with each other and may even love and hate the shit out of each
man.
other. An efficient colony needs a variety of skills and people to survive, as every person shines in different tasks and develops them at different rates according to how much they enjoy it. A digger seasoned in mining will feel right at home chipping away iron and exposing my colony to insect infestations, while the sickly 15-year-old boy I bought from a slave trader may not be the optimal person for crafting leather jackets, owing to the fact that I've replaced both his legs and hands with wooden stumps. And you can do that. Every body part can be replaced with prosthetic and bionic
Is this
parts.
mechanic?
Because people tend to
This
lose
is
them,
insane.
whether through a stray bullet or getting pecked out by an ostrich. Accidents happen. Rimworld has a fully functional body part and organ system for every living creature in the game. Parts can get damaged, scarred, burned, infected, and chopped right off. And that's about the gist of it for colonists. For the colony itself, you need to adapt to different environmental and physical threats as you slowly grow and expand. In between threats, you can even research new and additional technology, giving you access to equipment, resources, and structures that increase your self-sufficiency. You can also open up the world map and send caravans to trade with friendly colonies, take missions, and improve diplomatic relations. You can even start additional colonies, get ambushed by flesh-eating turtles, build pod launchers, and fire a dozen super soldiers dressed in power armor straight into a colony and commit genocide. Rimworld 1.0 really has it all. Aside from handling food, energy, appropriate accommodations, and clothing, defense
Everything
is
from a
probably
thunder of
your
squirrels
most
to
important
genocide.
priority.
I know,
No matter how well your colony is doing, an unexpected attack can decimate your entire base. Luckily, the AI is pretty predictable, and even the smarter AI patterns can be learned and manipulated. This leads to people constructing increasingly elaborate and sadistic kill boxes, labyrinthine trap mazes, Romanian corpse freezers, engineered cave-ins, and walk-in Holocaust ovens. Temperature dynamics work quite nicely in this game, so one of my favorite defensive strategies is to bait raiders into entering my base through a narrow, creeping tunnel of granite. As they manage to slowly crawl halfway through the tunnel, I quickly go all Edgar Allan Poe on them and seal the entrance behind them. Since we don't want our guests to get cold, I tell one of my colonists to start a nice roaring fire near the exit using some conveniently placed furniture. We seal the door shut, and that's when they make the realization the walls are covered in scratches. The tunnel heats to several hundred degrees Celsius. Clothing ignites, flesh fries, and skin melts off the bone. Each man will dig and claw at the walls in futile desperation, tearing their nails out while their organs boil.
The
And then
little
Randy will
sound.
drop a cargo pod containing
What is this crazy game
Like,
where
are
you can create?
Are you crying?
death
you're,
trap.
You're like,
Oh,
you're
I'm-
like eyes are.
So many people just died. It's insane. No, this seems insane.
Oh my
I'm
God.
curious if you've played this game, you have to let us know what crazy death traps you came up with, because that is crazy.
That was something
and I
else.
love like all these like weird mechanics you can get
Mechanics.
into with these types of games. It's wild.
To be a developer or a programmer for this game must be so fun, because it's like they're just sitting in a room. Oh my God, what if we add this to the game? And they're
Yeah.
like, sure, why not?
It's so fun to play with all these different mechanics.
man.
All right, let's see what other crazy
Milk.
stuff
The
they're
best
doing.
trait, of course, is psychopath. That's a bit of a segue, but I felt that I should talk about my current colony. I exclusively recruit psychopaths because they practice what I call moral relativism, and I practice what some would call an organ harvesting operation, which personally I find to be a very offensive and bigoted term to describe non-consensual organ arbitrage. Why do I do it? Because it's very profitable. A human in Rimworld can provide you with free healthy organs before they need to rest. One of his kidneys, one of his lungs, and a free choice between his liver or heart. My colony
choice.
makes every attempt to grow smoothly and weed out undesirables who can't adapt to corporate culture. This one didn't dodge so well. At least he'll make a good sofa. It's amazing how quickly this game turns you into a monster.
game also has
Surprisingly,
eugenics.
though, every faction loves me. Besides the raiders, even on the frontiers of civilization, you can't escape the unwashed horde of human rights activism. The soundtrack is pretty alright, but Tanan keeps asking me to buy it separately, together with his book. The graphics are pretty clean and simple, and have a certain charm to how
They are.
minimalistic they are. It's very utilitarian in its appearance, but still very pleasant. To close off, Rimworld is very expansive with its content right now, and can easily consume hours and days of your life. It's very addictive, challenging, and frustrating. I simultaneously give my highest recommendation and a word of caution, since I genuinely believe my blood
Markiplier
pressure and
as
cortisol
the
levels
word farfly?
sharply rise
I think
when
it
playing
was.
this game. It's fucking great. And there's always mods to fix all the broken shit. Go play it. Enjoy it. Get two psychic ships crashing in the middle of your base and never touch that retarded shit ever again. Oh, at least Randy sent me more milk. A warm thank you to the many members of the Merchants Guild, which have been generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
Oh,
You're all truly
man.
wonderful. Have a good one.
What a crazy game. I mean, which we've seen another crazy game by Seth, Tzeentach, and just this getting into like these weird mechanics where you just don't know how things are going to react. I think is really fun to see what people come up with and how different people approach things, you know?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And like also Seth as a narrator is just so perfect. There's a reason why he's popular. Not only is he so funny, but even just his tone of voice, like as he's describing these things, really helps like set this tone as to what the game is.
Well, and he's good at jumping in and like finding the rules and finding where he can break them and mess with them and push them to their limits, and it's really cool to see like all the crazy shenanigans he gets up to.
Yeah. And from a gameplay standpoint, he was right. That game looked to me more enjoyable and more fun than the previous game that we saw Seth play. Also, this video was considerably shorter, and if you notice, there was just kind of much more nice things to say versus the one with like the clowns and stuff. Remember? That video was like 25 minutes.
Which that also was a bunch of people joining online. Like you've got all these online things, which is, I'm curious, is that something you can do in this game as well? It didn't get that impression. But if you played this game, let us know in the comments section down below. Also, let us know like the crazy death trap you've come up with.
Yeah.
And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, if you have played it, let us know if you think Michael and I should play it. Because I don't know. From based on that, I'm definitely interested enough. And if enough of you guys are like, yes, we can go play the game, we may have to hop on that. But yeah, as Michael said, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, especially if you like us and like our content. And we will see you guys next time on Chicago Reacts, as always.